Alrighty, hello everybody, I am Cole from TCG Cardcast, and today I'm going to be going over my Yami-Marik 40 card deck profile. Let's check it out. So you can't build a Yami-Marik deck without the Winged Dragon of Ra. The Winged Dragon of Ra is a divine beast, level 10 monster with question mark attack and question mark defense. Spirits sing of a powerful creature that rules over all that is mystic. And of course, again, as I said last time in the last two deck profiles, we do play with the colored version, but here is the non-colored version if you wish to see it. Cannot be special summon. It requires 3 tributes to normal summon. Cannot be normal summon / set. It cannot be normal set. This card's normal summon cannot be negated. When this card is normal summon, you can pay life points that you only have 100 left. This card gains 100 attack points and defense points equal to the amount of life points you paid. You can pay 1,000 life points and target one monster on the field for that target. So when we play the Winged Dragon of Ra, we do play with the power of the attributed effect skill from like Duel Links, where it gains attack points equal to the attack points of the monster attributed. Which makes cards like Legendary Fiend in this deck really, really powerful. We're not playing things like Sphere Mode, and I did cut this deck down by 10 cards, because Marik actually had like 10 extra other cards to throw in here that just didn't play as well. When eventually, at some point in the near future, I will collect every single leftover card, like the Mass Beast, Asgardius, Tribute Barrel, stuff like that, to throw in here, and we will have a completed Yami-Marik deck. But for now, I will show you my 40 card version. So that was the Winged Dragon of Ra. Next up, we have the always fun original Kaiju Lava Golem. Lava Golem is a fire, level 8 Fiend effect monster with 30,000 attack points and 2,500 defense points. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must first be special summoned from your hand to your opponent's side of the field by attributing 2 monsters they control. You cannot normal summon / set the turn you special summon this card. During each of your standby phases, take 1,000 damage. So you can attribute 2 monsters your opponent controls, goes over to their side of the field. They take 1,000 damage for every standby phase that this thing is on their field. There are a lot of great combos you can pull off with like Mask of Restrict, which isn't in this deck. But there's like Nightmare Wheel and stuff like that does make it so your opponent takes more damage because that card can't attack. It's just a great combo piece, and it is one of Marik's signature monsters. Lava Golem, pretty cool. Next, we have the awesome Helpoemer. Helpoemer is a dark level 5 Fiend effect monster. Cannot be special summoned from the graveyard. If this card was destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, this effect activates at the end of each of your opponent's battle phases. Discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. This card must be in the graveyard to activate and to resolve this effect. It has 2,000 attack points and 1,400 defense points. This card again has a great combo piece with Coffin Seller, and it is only 1 tribute to discard a card from your opponent's hand every battle phase, which is sweet. He used this against Joey, and it was a pretty great play. And I love Helpoemer, really cool. He's a really cool card. Next up, I have one Legendary Fiend. Legendary Fiend is a level 6 Dark Fiend effect monster with 1,500 attack points and 1,800 defense points. Sorry if the lighting's a little weird, guys. I will fix that next time. During each of your standby phases, this card gains 700 attack points. Pretty cool. Legendary Fiend is a really powerful monster card in this deck, and he does help get the Winged Dragon of Ra up to quite high attack points. We're playing one copy of Byzer Shock. Byzer Shock is a level 5 Dark Fiend effect monster with 800 attack and 600 defense. When this card is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned, return all set cards on the field to their owner's respective hands. Pretty cool. This card was like in his hand during a duel. I don't remember which one, but I did watch the one I did see it, so it does actually match the very torturous theme of his deck, and it does match Visor Dez, who's also in this deck, who we will go over in a bit. Next up, we have Gran Adora, or Swallowtail Spike Lizard. Gran Adora is a water level 4 reptile effect monster with 1,900 attack points and 700 defense points. When this monster is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned, increase your life points by 1,000 points. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you take 2,000 points of damage. So this card is very easy to summon off. It has 1,900 attack points, so it's going to stay on the field for a little bit. You summon this card, gain 1,000, and then you can, I guess, use those 1,000s to pay for like Ra's effect or something like that. But Gran Adora is a really powerful monster for this deck, and he's definitely one of my favorites. Next up, we are playing the very fearful, the card you should be afraid of, Gilgarth. Gilgarth is a dark level 4 Fiend normal monster with 1800 attack and 1200 defense. This steel armored terror machine ruthlessly strikes down enemies with its giant katana. Gilgarth, very powerful monster here. One of Marik's best. Juragato. Juragato is a dark level 4 fiend effect monster during each of your with 1700 attack and 1300 defense during either player's battle step. You can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, gain 1,000 life points. You can only use this effect of Juragato once per turn. During either player's turn, you can attribute this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It gains target one monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of the next turn. Juragato, pretty cool. It looks pretty derpy too, but yeah. Lacunga. This card was played. This card was shown off to be in his hand. So, I ruined my sleeve. Whoops. Lacunga is a water level 4 plant effect monster. You can banish 2 water monsters from your graveyard. Special summon 1 Lacunga token. 1 Lacunga token, plant type, water, level 2, attack 700, defense 700 in attack position. This card has 1700 attack and 500 defense. There are like 5 other water monsters in this deck, if I'm correct, besides Gran Adora. We'll get into those guys in a minute. But this card is actually pretty useful. It does have some pretty nice attack points, and it does match that dark red background of like crimson theme. So, yeah. Makiura the Destructor is a dark level 4 warrior effect monster. During this turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can activate trap cards from your hand. Pretty great. He has 1600 attack and 1200 defense. Drillago. Dark level 4 machine effect. If the only cards your opponent controls are face-up monsters with 1600 or more attack points, this monster can attack your opponent directly. It has 1600 attack and 1100 defense. So, essentially, if this card is evenly matched with the opponent's card in your field, or that monster is stronger than this one, you can just attack directly. It's pretty simple. My very signature monster for Marik here is Revival Jam. Revival Jam is a water level 4 aqua effect monster. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, special summon it in face-up defense position during your next standby phase. 1500 attack and 500 defense. It's not the best of cards, but it does help you get cards out on the field, and Jam Defender does really help with this thing, so yeah. Next up we have Lord Poison. Lord Poison is a water level 4 plant effect monster. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target 1 plant type monster in your graveyard except Lord Poison. You can special summon that target. So I guess if Lacunga is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. You can special summon Lacunga back. So that's pretty cool. Next up we have Newdoria. Really powerful monster here. Newdoria is a dark level 4 fiend effect monster with 1200 attack and 800 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, select 1 monster on the field, destroy it. Pretty powerful. Next up we have Boganian. Dark level 3 machine effect. During each of your standby phases, inflict 600 points of damage to your opponent's life points, 1300 attack points, and 1000 defense points. His deck does have a very burn side effect to it. He does play a very torture deck, so that's, if you notice that theme, it's about popping monsters and dealing a lot of damage via effects. Dark Geroid is a dark level 4 fiend effect monster with 1200 attack and 1500 defense. When this card is summoned, select 1 face-up monster on the field. It loses 800 attack points. That's pretty crazy. Next up we have a duo of cards. We have Holding Arms and Holding Legs. Holding Arms and Holding Legs are both dark level 4 fiend effect monsters. Holding Arms has 500 attack points and 1200 defense. Holding Legs has 800 attack and 600 defense. Holding Arms' effect is, if this card is normal or special summon, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. While this card is face-up on the field, that face-up monster cannot attack. Also, its effects are negated. While that face-up monster is on the field, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Holding Legs is, if this card is summoned, return all set, spell, and trap cards on the field to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 set, spell, trap card your opponent controls. That set card cannot be activated until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, I believe he played these in combination with a card like Wall of Uja or Sacred Stone of Uja, something like that. And essentially all it did is if you had all 3 on the field, your opponent literally couldn't do anything. So, pretty crazy. We have Humanoid Slime. Humanoid Slime is a water level 4 aqua normal monster with 800 attack and 2000 defense. This slime apparently has some human genes in its genetic makeup. Very creepy monster. One of my favorites, though. Next up is another card that was seen in Marik's hand. We have Morphing Jar. Earth level 2 rock effect monster with 700 attack and 600 defense. Flip. Both players discard their hands, then both players draw 5 cards. pretty powerful card. This is a really great way to get cards into your graveyard and get a new hand. So, and the final monster in this deck is Visor Des. Visor Des is a dark level 4 fiend effect with 500 attack and 1200 defense. If this card is normal summon, target one monster your opponent controls during your third standby phase after this effect's activation, destroy that monster. This card cannot be destroyed by battle while that target monster remains in the field. Pretty powerful. All right, on to Marik's spells and traps. We obviously have Monster Reborn and Pot of Greed. I feel like these don't need explanations, but I'm gonna give them anyways. Target one monster on either player's side of either player's graveyard, special summon it, and draw 2 cards. Very generic character deck cards. Magical Stone Excavation. Discard 2 cards, then target one spell card in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Your main target for this card is going to be like your Monster Reborn or your Pot of Greed, but if you have any other cards in your graveyard you want to go for, you're free to go for whatever you want. That's just usually what I go for is Monster Reborn, because when we play with Ra, we also say that he can be special summoned even though he technically can't be. We just like playing the Winged Giant of Ra's anime close as we can, so yeah. Next up we have Premature Burial. Equip spell. Both pay 800 life points, then target one monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up attack position and equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed, destroy the equipped monster. Pretty cool. Black Pendant, another burn card. It's another equip spell too. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So, really good to power up specific monsters for that Raw tribute. So yeah. Left Arm Offering. If you have 2 or more other cards in your hand, banish your hand, add 1 spell card from your deck to your hand. You cannot set spell/trap cards during your turn you activate this card, but you can activate them, which is pretty cool. Next, we have a card that isn't too good. We have Jam Breeding Machine, which is a continuous spell card. During each of your standby phases, special summon 1 slime token, aqua type, water, level 1, attack 500, defense 500, in attack position to your side of the field. As long as this card remains face up on the field, you cannot normal summon, flip summon, or special summon any monsters except slime tokens. We do play this card with a special errata from the show, which is when a monster is normal, is like normal tributed or like is normal summon, so it doesn't. So I'm trying to remember how we explain this. So the effect in the show was it's pretty much all the same, except when it gets to the summoning, to the thing where it stops summoning. Instead, it's like you can still special summon and flip, and you can still special summon monsters, but you can't set or normal summon monsters. But if you do, you destroy Jam Breeding Machine. So you can still special summon like your Revival Jam and stuff like that. But if you want to like tribute summon the Winged Dragon of Ra, you have to destroy this card first. So if you have your 3 Jam tokens on the field, and you summon the Winged Dragon of Ra, you tribute the 3 tokens, and then you'd also get rid of Jam Breeding Machine. So it counts as like I guess a 0.0 tribute. I don't know how to explain it, but when you tribute summon, you end up destroying this card. That's pretty much my only way of describing it. Card of Sanctity. We don't play it with the normal effect. Obviously, we play it with the draw till both players have 6 cards in their hands effect. So, Vengeful Bog Spirit. Continuous spell card. Monsters cannot attack the turn they're summoned. Pretty simple. Bait Doll. Force the activation of 1 face-down trap card. If the timing of the activation of the trap card is incorrect, negate the effect and destroy it. If it is not a trap card, it is returned to its original position. After this card is activated, it is placed into the deck, not the graveyard, then shuffled. Then the deck is shuffled. This is a really great card because it keeps you from. It really does help you a lot. It is one of my favorite cards in the entire game, actually, because I just like the way it looks. I love how it works. It is just a really cool card. And the final spell card is Remove Trap. Destroy 1 face-up trap card on the field. It's pretty simple. On to Marik's trap cards, here we have the awesome Mirror Force. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. Pretty basic. Next up we have Nightmare Wheel, a continuous trap card, and this is the one I was talking about earlier where you'd want to combine it with your Lava Golem. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When it leaves the field, destroy this card. During each of your standby phases, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. That monster must be on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. So you can do 1,500 instead of 1,000 with Lava Golem, or you can just burn through your opponent's life points with this. Speaking of burn, we have Coffin Seller, another continuous trap card. Each time a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. So if a monster is sent from their hand to the graveyard with Helpful Ember's effect, they take 300 damage. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, from the deck to the graveyard, 300 damage. Pretty cool. One of my favorite cards of all time. Another Hidden Soldiers. When your opponent normal or flip summons a monster, you can just summon one level 4 or lower dark monster from your hand. So most of the monsters in this deck are level 4 or lower and dark. So you can use Hidden Soldiers when your opponent normal or flips. The powerful Metal Reflect Slime, another continuous trap card. Special summon this card in defense position as an effect monster, Aqua type, water, level 10, attack 0, defense 3000. This card is also still treated as a trap card. This card cannot attack, so this card is a really great defensive play. It also helps get out cards for, it also helps stall for Raw. A lot of the cards in this deck are built around getting the Winged Dragon of Raw out, so just do remember that. Next up we have a copy of Malevolent Catastrophe. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all spells and trap cards on the field. It's pretty basic, but it's really cool. Next up we have Jam Defender. This is your Revival Jam combo play. Continuous trap card. When a monster on your opponent's side of the field attacks a monster on your side of the field, and there is a face-up Revival Jam on your side of the field, you can switch the attack target to the Revival Jam. So the way we play Revival Jam is we don't play it with a cost, so it doesn't pay 1,000 points, but it can't come back like whenever it wants. It has to happen during your next standby phase. But we do play it, so it is way more fun to play it that way, in all honesty, and we do like making these character decks as accurate as possible. Of course, we don't play with things like Crush Card Virus as errata. Like, we only play with erratas that make the game more fun, not the game more challenging for the other players. So, yeah, and that does help with like your Jam Breeding Machine combos. And the final card in this deck is Rope of Life. When one of your monsters is sent to the graveyard by battle, discard your entire hand to special summon that monster. It gains 800 attack points. Woo! All right, so that's pretty much Marik's deck in an entire nutshell. That was the 40 card version of the deck. If you guys want to see the completed version of the deck, that is like a whole like 50-something cards, make sure you tell us in the comment section below. Leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want to see more content like this, click the playlist right there. Make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.